students, in this video we are going to see a poem from Unit 2 titled Our CASUARINA Tree, written by Toru Dutt. About the poet, she was a Bengali poet and translator. She wrote poems and literary works in English and French. She was an outstanding pioneer in the history of Indian literature. About the tree, it is an autobiographical poem. The poem underlines the importance of memories in human life. The tree brings to her mind, that is the poet's mind, the memories of time when she used to play under it with her brother and sister. Toru Dutt lost her brother and sister, and she has put her memories in this poem and expresses her feelings in this poem. Here in this picture you can see the image of CASUARINA tree. Here begins the first stanza. Like a huge python winding round and round, the rugged trunk indented deep with scars. Up to its very summit, near the stars, a creeper climbs in whose embrace is bound. No other tree could live, but gallantly the giant wears the scarf and the flowers are hung. The poem begins with the description of the tree. A creeper winds around the CASUARINA tree like a python. Python is a large snake. The poet compares the creeper to a python. See the first line here, direct comparison is made by the poet. Creeper is compared to a python. See the word like, which is used for direct comparison. So the figure of speech used in this line is simile. The creeper winding round and round, the rugged trunk. The trunk is uneven and rough, indented deep with scars. Because of the creeper, it made scars on the tree. Up to its very summit, near the star, the tree is about to reach the star. Such a huge tree. A creeper climbs. See the word, a creeper climbs. The verb is used for creeper. Here the poet uses the verb. So, here the poet mentions the creeper as a human. The figure of speech used in this line is personification. In whose embrace is bound, no other tree could live, but gallantly. With this embraced creeper, no other tree could survive, but this tree stood majestically as if wearing a scarf. The tree is compared to a giant and the creeper is compared to a scarf. Here the poet indirectly compares the tree to a giant and creeper to the scarf. So the figure of speech used in this line is metaphor. I hope you know the difference between direct comparison and indirect comparison. And flowers are hung. In all the branches we can see flowers hung. Let's see the meaning for the difficult words. Python. Python means a large snake. The snake is not at all a poisonous one. Rugged, rough and uneven. The bark of the tree, that is the trunk of the tree, is rough and uneven. You can see in this picture a creeper climbs on the tree and the trunk of the tree had some scars in it. Summit, that is top of the tree. Then gallantly, bravely or heroically. The tree stood majestically, that is it stood bravely. Next line, in crimson clusters all the boughs among, whereon all day are gathered bird and bee, and oft at nights the garden overflows with one sweet song that seems to have no close. Sung darkling from our tree while men repose. In crimson cluster, the color of the flowers is mentioned here. Crimson means bright red color flowers. In all the branches we can see the bright red color flowers. All the boughs among, boughs mean branches, whereon all day are gathered bird and bee. In the tree throughout the day bird and bee gathered in it. And off at nights, in night time, the garden overflows with one sweet song that seemed to have no close, sung darkling from our tree while men repose. While men taking rest in the night time, the entire garden is overflowed with a sweet song produced by a bird, sung by a bird. See the meaning for the hard words. Crimson means bright red color, repose, a state of rest. Here begins the second stanza. When first my casement is wide open thrown, At dawn, my eyes delighted on its rest. Sometimes, and most in winter, on its crest, a grey baboon sits statue-like alone, watching the sunrise while on lower boughs his pony offspring leap about and play. When my first casement is wide open, in the morning, in the sunrise, when the poet opens her window, her eyes delighted on the beauty of the tree. Her eyes got delighted on the appearance of the tree. Sometimes and most in the winter, it is the winter season. In the winter season, sometimes on the crest, that means on the top of the tree, a grey baboon sits like statue. On the top of the tree, a grey baboon sits like statue and it watches the sunrise, watching the sunrise while on lower boughs his pony offspring leap about and play, while on the lower branches the little monkeys jumping and playing. Here in this picture you can see on the top of the tree a grey baboon sits and watching the sunrise. Here in this picture on the lower branches the little monkeys jumping and playing. Let's see the meaning for the hard words. Casement means window, crest means top, baboon a type of large monkey. And far and near kokilas hailed the day, and to their pastures went our sleepy cows, and in the shadow on the broad tank cast by the hoar tree, so beautiful and vast, the water lilies spring like snow en masse, and far and near kokilas hailed the day. And in the daytime, a bird called kokila sings throughout the day, and to their pasture. On hearing this song, the cows went slowly, they walked very slowly, that is in a leisurely manner, to the grassland. And in the shadow on the broad tank, as there was a tank near the cashew nut tree, its shadow fell on the tree. By the whole tree, the top of the tree is covered by white frost. It looks so beautiful and vast. The water lilies spring like snow en masse. Under the tree there was a pond, and the entire pond was covered by water lilies, and it looked like snow covered the pond. See here in this line, water lilies are directly compared to the snow. Here direct comparison is made. You can see the word like, so figure of speech used in this line is simile. Let's see the meaning for the hard words. Kokila, a type of bird like cuckoo. Here in this picture you can see the image of the bird. It is a singing bird. Wend, stroll, walk in a leisurely way. The cows walked in a leisurely manner induced by the music, that is the song of this bird. Pastures, grassland. Hoar, white frost deposits on the tree. En masse, gather in a mass. Here in this picture you can see the white lilies in a pond. Here begins the third stanza. But not because of its magnificence. Dear is the CASUARINA to my soul. Beneath it we have played, though years may roll. O sweet companions, loved with love intense, for your shakes shall the tree be ever dear. The poet is saying the tree is dear to her soul. She is explaining us why the tree is dear to her soul. It is not because of the majestic appearance of the tree. Beneath it we have played. Under the tree, the poet and her siblings played. Beneath means under. Here the word we refers to the poet's brother and sister. Though years may roll, in their childhood they played under this tree. Oh sweet companions, loved with love intense. She mentions her brothers and sisters as sweet companions. She loved them deeply. For your sake shall the tree be ever dear. The tree brings the memories of her siblings, so the tree is very close to her soul. Here you can see a picture. Kids are playing under the tree. Meaning for the hard word, magnificent, that means impressive, grand. Beneath, it means under. Next line, blent with your images, it shall arise in memory till the hot tears blind mine eyes. What is the dirge-like murmur that I hear like the sea breaking on a shingle beach? In this It is the tree's lament and airy speech that haply to the unknown land may reach. Blent with your images. On seeing the tree, the poet's mind filled with the images of her siblings. In memory till the hot tears blind mine eyes. Her brother and sister are no more, so hot tears coming out of her eyes. What is the dirge-like murmur? Dirge means lament, that means a sad song. The poet could hear a sad song from the tree. Like the sheep breaking on a shingle beach, like the sea trying to communicate with the seashore, the tree is trying to communicate with the poet. Here again in this line, the figure of speech used by the poet is simile. It is the tree's lament. The poet is saying it is the tree's sad song, and also he is saying it as an airy speech. That is, it is a strange speech because not common people or other people can understand the communication between the poet and the tree. She only can understand, so that she is saying it as a strange speech that haply to the unknown land may reach. The murmur of the tree, the lament of the tree is heard in the unknown land. Dirge means lament, shingle means rocky, lament means sad song, and airy speech, strange speech. Here begins the fourth stanza. Unknown yet well known to the eye of faith. I have heard the wail far, far away, in distant lands by many a sheltered bay. When slumbered in his cave the water right, and the waves gently kissed the classic shore of France or Italy beneath the moon. Unknown yet well known of the faith. Not others can understand the communication between the poet and the tree. It can be felt only through our heart. I have heard the wail. The poet is saying she heard the cry of the tree. Wail means cry, far, far away. She is not in her native place. She is far away. Even in the far country, far land, she could hear the cry of the tree. In distant lands, by many a sheltered bay, she is in a far distant land, crossing seas. When slumbered in his cave, the water raved and the waves gently kissed the classic shore. Now she is in a seashore. Even the water god is also in sleep. But in that time also she could hear the cry of the tree. Now she is in France or Italy. She is standing beneath the moon. In that place also the poet could feel the cry of the tree. Wail means cry. Slumbered means sleep. Next line. When earth lay tranced in a dreamless swoon, and every time the music rose, before mine inner vision rose a form of sublime, thy form, O tree, as in my happy prime, I saw thee in my own loved native clime, when earth lay tranced in a dreamless swoon. Even the earth is in the sleep. The earth is also in a hypnotized state, because the poet is standing in the seashore in France or Italy. The entire place is hypnotized because of the beauty of the seashore and beauty of the moon. So in the time also the poet could hear the cry of the tree. The tree is trying to communicate to the poet, thy form, that is the form of the tree, come to the mind of the poet. I saw thee. She could see the image of the tree in her native place. The tree is in India, but the poet is in France or Italy. In that place also she could see the image of the CASUARINA tree in her mind. Tranced means hypnotized. Sublime, glorious, grand. Climb, climate. Here begins the fifth stanza, that is last stanza. Therefore I fain would consecrate a lay unto thy honor, tree beloved of those who now in a blessed sleep for a repose, dearer than life to me, alas were they. Mayst thou be numbered when my days are done with deathless trees like those in Borrowdale. Therefore I fain. Therefore the poet eagerly wants to make the tree a holy thing. Consecrate means make something a holy one. She wants to make the tree a holy one, because She beloved the tree. She loved the tree, and the tree brings her the memory of her beloved siblings, who now is in blessed sleep for a repose, because her siblings are no more. Dearer than life to me. The poet is saying the tree is dearer to her than her life. Mayst though be number, her days are numbered. That means she is nearing her death. Before her death, she wants to honor the tree with deathless trees like those in Borrowdale. She wants to make the tree a deathless one like those in Borrowdale. Here the poet is speaking about Wordsworth. Wordsworth, the poet, wrote poems on yew trees in Borrowdale. Likewise, the poet writes poem in Casuarina tree. Meaning for the hard words, fain means eagerly, consecrate, make something holy. Borrowdale, it is a valley in England. Under whose awful branches lingered pale, fear, trembling, hope and death, the skeleton, and time the shadow, and though weak the verse, that would thy beauty fain, oh fain rehearse. May love defend thee from oblivion's curse. The poet wants to make the tree from the state of forgetfulness. She wants to honor the tree. Everything is subjected to death. Humans and tree, everything is subjected to time. She wants to protect the tree from this. She wants to protect the tree from the state of forgetfulness. So she write poem on this Casuarina tree, and she prevented this tree from the state of forgetfulness. The meaning for the hard words are awful branches, unpleasant branches, rehearse, repeat, oblivion, a state of forgetfulness. Thank you, students.